the beginning of the evening, they were sitting like this. And then slowly, as the evening progressed,
They were like this.
closer and closer.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Chat Local, a series where I invite my VIPs to share with me their favourite makan places. Today's VIP is this English lady whom I've been following on TikTok. She has been living in Singapore for 5 years. Let's welcome Candilicious!
I'm so excited to be here. So thank you for inviting me. And welcome to Robertson Quay.
Where's the first stop?
First stop is right behind us at Publico. How do you feel about pizza?
Why not? Let's go!
Let's go.
Alright, the first stop. Publico!
Publico.
Is this your favourite restaurant?
It is one of my local restaurants because I live in the neighbourhood and I love coming here. You know, there's some food that just makes you feel good. This pizza makes me feel very good.
What pizza is this?
This is a mushroom truffle pizza.
Okay.
And usually I'm a pepperoni pizza kind of girl, but there's just something about this. I don't know what they put in it, but it's like an addiction to me. So I always come back and get the truffle mushroom pizza.
I'm going to go for it now.
Nice.
I'm actually quite hungry. Wow.
Good, right?
It's good.
It's really good.
They make their own pizzas here.
They make it. They have this huge pizza oven. They make their own dough.
It's so deep, so intense, so earthy from the truffle. Oh my god. It smells so good. How long have you been in Singapore, Candice?
But in my whole life, I've been here 7 years. Because when I was 8, my family moved from England to Singapore. And I remember my parents sitting me down and being like, hey, we're gonna move to another country. And being like, okay. And them saying, do you know where Singapore is? Here's a map. Where do you think on this map is Singapore? And at the time I didn't know. And I was like, let's go. So we lived here when I was a kid. Then we moved to Hong Kong. And then my parents moved to the US. You know, as a kid, you just don't really you don't fully realize the amazing opportunities that you're given.
Yep.
And then when I got into my 20s, I was reflecting on the opportunities that my parents gave me. And I said to myself, I think growing up in Asia had a big impact on me. I want to go back and experience as an adult what I did when I was a kid and see if those experiences still connect with me and how it would be different. So in 2019, no job, no house, no friends. I bought a one-way ticket to Singapore and I moved here. And I said, farewell, friends and family, I'm moving to Singapore.
But why Singapore?
Do you know what it was? I had come here on holiday with a few friends of mine before, and I hadn't ever really considered Singapore. You know, this is the country that doesn't allow you to chew gum, right?
Do you chew gum that often?
No, but it just felt like restrictive. And so in my head, I was like, oh, Singapore, I don't think that's for me. And I remember so clearly, I went to a friend's house. He had this beautiful shop house in Geylang. And I stood on the roof of his house and it just hit me and I said, this is where I need to be. Like,
why?
So clearly. It was a feeling. It's the tropic. Coming from England, which can be rainy and gloomy and, you know, doomy, it was super nice. And I just felt suddenly it was a feeling. There was no fact. It was just a feeling of like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
So I saw on your TikTok that, you know, you said you left your job and then you decided to go back to England.
Yeah.
Why did you resign? Why were you working before this?
Yeah, it was a fintech company in Singapore called Card Up. I'll do a shout out because you use Card Up to earn air miles.
Whoa!
So very symbolically, for the first time ever, I'm flying business class Singapore Airlines this weekend. So I'm very excited.
Back home!
Back home. I think I'm going to live stream the whole flight because I'm like, more champagne. I love marketing. Like, I just love the creativity in it, but I was ready for another industry. I had a very honest conversation with my boss, which I think a lot of people are afraid to do out of fear of getting fired or fear of, well, I don't have another job lined up. What am I going to do?
Okay.
And I just had a really great relationship with her. And I said, I'm starting to think about my next chapter. And she said, cool, let's make a plan. As much as I love Asia, it's time for me to just try being an English girl in England. But mark my words, I don't know if you're a betting lady, Maureen, I'll be back in Asia.
I'll be back.
Okay, we're gonna try the other two dishes now, shall we?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we've had our truffle pizza. Now here's a rigatoni.
Rigatoni, pork ragu.
Yeah, so get in there and help yourself. Just so much flavor. I think that's what's great about Italian food. Rich tomato sauces and good dough. Like in the pizza, I think the dough was great because it was kind of chewy.
Good though. My favorite here is the tiramisu.
When he first delivered it, I thought he was just putting decoration on the table. Ooh, baby.
Very strong
I think,
alcohol
yeah,
content.
that's strong. I love it. We're having fun in the middle of the day.
Okay, now that we are done with the first location, you said you're gonna bring me to somewhere else.
This one hawker center is perfectly located between my house and my friend's house.
Oh, okay.
So I often text her and I say, dumplings. Just one word, dumplings. And so, Maureen, my new best
Shall
friend,
we?
let's go and have dumplings together.
Yay! Now, the second stop, we are in Zion Road Food Center.
Welcome to my local hawker.
Ah, your hood.
This is my neighborhood, so I'm delighted that you were willing to come to my neighborhood today.
Nothing much to eat here. Candice,
I think there are a lot, and we've made the excellent decision of having my favorite food.
you eat this?
I am actually really proud to tell you that when I first came to Singapore, I could not handle spicy.
Okay.
I was angmo spicy.
That was
And
5 years ago.
5 years ago. And then slowly I built up my spice tolerance. So to be sitting with you today, ordering spicy dumplings, feels like I've really made excellent progress.
I am shocked. So this is spicy Sichuan wanton. I'm gonna eat it.
I would love to eat it. And I would love to introduce you to it. Are you a fan of dumplings?
Yep, I'm okay.
You're Singaporean, right?
Yes.
I feel like you have to be a fan of dumplings.
Okay, and this is your xiao long bao. your
Xiao
favorite.
Long Bao. And what I love about these is it's more of an experience, right? Because people say that you have to pick it up, bite the top off, have a little bit of the soup, and then eat the whole thing.
You are an expert.
Okay, good, good. So-
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. It's like a little flavor bomb in my mouth. Isn't that good? I could eat these every day.
I would love to have this with a bowl of noodles and then maybe drizzle a bit more vinegar. Perfect.
Wow.
Question, how did TikTok become your second life?
It started with COVID. Do you know what it was? I came back to Singapore when we had to do hotel quarantine, and I was thinking to myself, how am I going to stay sane in this hotel room, not allowed to leave for 2 weeks? So I made 2 pledges to myself. Number 1, work out every day.
Did you?
Yeah, I did actually. First time in my life. And 2, I said, let's make a video a day. And the thing is you get a little bit of momentum, right? You make one video and you're like, oh, a couple of people have watched it. You make another, a couple of people have watched it. And by the time I left quarantine, I had 1,000 followers and I was completely hooked. And then just slowly it starts to creep up and it's become such a creative extension of myself. It's like this sort of megaphone that I have that I can be like, let me tell you about my day. And it's been really wonderful doing it in Singapore and kind of sharing my experience as a foreigner in Singapore and getting Singaporeans to share their experience back with me. So it's been a lot of fun.
Shall we try the xiao long bao?
Of course, we can't let it go to waste. Now the real test is how much soup is there in the middle. How do you normally eat them? Just one bite?
Well, on camera, I'll tell you the correct ways to bite a bit and then put in the vinegar.
Okay.
But usually, off the camera, I'll just...
Speed xiao long bao dumpling eating. Okay.
I just love the burst of the juices.
Me too. And I love watching them. Because in the stall, there's like 3 of them in this tiny little space. And they are making dumplings like 100 miles an hour. And it's amazing how they can make them so quickly. And also, insider tip, you can buy them frozen to take home. So if you've ever got any late night dumpling cravings, which I regularly do, these are perfect.
Now that you have introduced your favorite store in this hawker center, I'm going to show you my favorite store as well.
I mean, that's what I came for. I know, Maureen, you are the foodie queen of Singapore. So I'm in your hands.
Let's go!
Let's
the third
go.
stop. Okay, the last stop. This stall is called Zhi Wei Xian. It's one of my favorite prawn noodle store. I mean, I have a few favorites here.
Okay.
The other one is the char kway teow, which is not open today, not that early.
Okay.
Yeah, so I thought that I'll bring you to eat one of my favorite prawn noodle store. When I was a journalist, this was one of the first hawker center that I featured in a food magazine.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, have a try. I don't know whether this is too spicy for you. I usually go for the dry version with dry noodles, and then if it's too spicy for you, then just have a sip of the soup.
We'll see. I've got the iced tea ready and waiting if it's too spicy.
I think you can take the spice. It's not too spicy.
I can handle it. The prawn is beautiful. The noodles have a good bite to it. You know how like the Italians will they like their pasta al dente with a little bit of a bite to it. I can see how this is just like perfectly cooked. They've got it down to a science.
Oh my god, you should pair it with the soup.
I feel like this could mend a broken heart.
Okay, so your 5 years in Singapore, what's the worst date you've been to?
To be honest, actually, the worst dating stories were in my 20s.
Okay.
When I didn't quite have the language or the knowledge of how I should be treated in a relationship. One time I was on a date with a guy, and I'm sorry if this offends, but I am a dog person, not a cat person. And the guy was like, hey, I'm looking after my friend's cat, would you mind coming with me? And I was like, sure, whatever, no problem, I'm happy to hang out with you. And I'm standing in this guy's apartment, watching him, you know, clean up the cat litter. And I sort of had an out-of-body experience, look at myself, and I was like, what are you doing? This is a first date, and I'm standing here watching a guy bending over a cat litter box. I was like, I need to like elevate my expectations and standards for what's appropriate. Look, I'm not asking you to fly me to Paris for the evening.
Yeah.
But I do think there should be some magic, especially in those first days, and a little bit of effort. And me following you to clean cat litter was not effort.
So your first date, right? What do you think will be a perfect first date for you?
Food.
Oh,
Honestly.
The guy just bring you to a hawker center and that's it?
Yeah, if we can have margaritas as well.
Ah.
I love margaritas, some guacamole and chips and some tacos. That's my favorite. But I just really enjoy getting to know somebody, whether it's a friend or someone new over food.
Just now you mentioned the soup will mend a broken heart. Tell me about your Singlepore event in Singapore.
I'm so glad you asked because it came about very naturally. I saw this video of this group in the US hosting a dating event with a twist. So it's like you have a house party and then halfway through the evening, this AI relationship science-based technology comes in and matches you with people in the room. And I watched this video and I was like, this looks really cool. So I posted a video on TikTok.
We need that in Singapore. So I DM'd the girl and found out that she'll let me host one. She'll give me the app and she'll let me host one in Singapore.
And the response was huge. And I said, well, I guess I'm hosting a dating event.
So what happens after the first Singapore event? Like, you know, are there people that really become couple or?
Do you want some gossip?
Yes, of course, come.
Let me rehydrate too. One couple used to be a couple.
Oh my God.
They were exes. They're trying to move on. They're going to a Singlepore dating event and they're thinking, fresh start, new partner, this is great. And not only is their ex there, but the algorithm matches them together.
Oh my God.
So does that mean they're meant for each other?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. And do you know what, Maureen? Do you know what I'm secretly hoping for?
That you'll find your man.
I find my Mr. Singapore at Singlepore.
You know, the recommendation is you will just be sitting at the registration counter.
Yes.
Pick one that you like, and then give him like a separate slip. You'll sit on this table with me.
Yeah, everyone will be checking in. I can imagine it. Everyone will be checking in. I'll be like, oh, what's your name? What's your name? I'll be like, what's your name? And then I'll be like, come to the VIP room. Please,
Lock him up.
Let me bring you to the VIP room, sir. And also, Maureen, one thing I didn't tell you earlier. There is one physical thing I look for.
What?
I don't care if you're thin or fat, bald or hair, whatever. I just want you to be tall.
Wow, that's not difficult, I guess. How tall are you?
I'm 180
Oh my God.
without heels on.
That's not difficult, I guess.
So
No
I'm a
wonder I've been
tall
trying to straighten my body, but I'm still not
Yeah.
taller than you.
Yeah, and do you know what? I know exactly what's gonna happen. I will probably marry someone way shorter than me.
Yeah.
But if it's love, doesn't matter. But just in things, just when I'm looking, I like tall men.
180.
180, I know. Should I come down here?
No. Okay, so we have tried 3 different stalls today.
Yeah.
Publico, your xiaolong bao and dumplings, and my prawn noodles. Which one is your favorite?
It's like asking me to pick which is my favorite kid. I love them all. But I really think the spicy dumplings, I've just got a soft spot in my heart. I just love the explosion of flavor and the wrapping itself and the pork inside. It's just chef's kiss.
My favorite is Publico. I really love the pizza. The truffle
I know.
mushroom pizza is so good.
It's so good.
So intense and so cheesy. Love it.
Now, can I now that you say that, can I change my
No, cannot already. Thank you so much, Candice, for
you for having
coming.
me.
All the best to you, and hope that the next time you come back to Singapore, we'll makan together again.
Oh, I would love that. That'd be so nice. Thank you so much for having me. It was such a pleasure to take you on a little food journey around my home.
Yes! Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and comment down below to let us know where else should Candice try when she comes back to Singapore the next time.
Yes.
Alright, see you next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.